Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about some weird and interesting news, I guess. Let's get straight to it. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that Warner Brothers has signed a deal for a AI-driven film management system. Which is going to help decision making for greenlighting certain films. The AI system can access an actor's value in any territory and how much a film is expected to earn in theaters. I was reading that off of Discussing Film. Now, this is weird because I do not trust AI. I am someone that thinks, look, machines can help us for certain things, but I don't think we should letting them make the decisions that us humans should be making. And I think there's been an interesting response to this. One of the responses I found on Twitter from Zach Stentz, who wrote X-Men First Class as well as the original Thor film. He wrote on Twitter saying, the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe was built on Jon Favreau convincing a bunch of executives that a middle-aged actor not long out of rehab and prison who who had described himself as box office poison, even during his earlier 1990s heyday, would be the perfect Iron Man. And this is true. Zach Stentz was pretty much saying there was that if you let an AI, an artificial intelligence, make the decisions for the perfect decision making possible, you wouldn't get some Hollywood magic that has come out of Hollywood due to mistakes or or taking bold choices, I think would be the term. An AI wouldn't make bold choices, they'd make safe choices. And I think I agree with that statement that you wouldn't get castings like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Heath Ledger as the Joker. Because let's remember, Heath Ledger wasn't known for making these huge splashes in the box office, and if they're looking for the best star who has market value, Heath Ledger, I mean, he had some successes, yes, but nothing like to the grand level of what The Dark Knight was. And you wouldn't, an AI artificial intelligence probably wouldn't give an actor a second thought if their career had gone downhill. This is why I think that this is actually a really big mistake that Hollywood should actually rethink and just have people smart enough to handle these positions to make, because sometimes the human decisions can be the best decisions. Yeah, of course we're going to have our hits and misses. But that's the whole point of being human, is to make mistakes and grow and learn from those mistakes. I hope Hollywood learns from some of the mistakes they've made throughout these years. And yes, future generations will probably screw up again, because that's what mankind does. We all we learn from our mistakes, but then eventually we forget our mistakes and we start tripping all over ourselves all over again, you know? I also don't like the idea of AI taking over, because as much as I learned from a lot of these movies, I think a Terminator type scenario or Wall-E type scenario could happen one day. I really do think if we give AI more responsibility that we should be taking care of, and this is coming from someone who doesn't want to work. I want to be lazy like everybody else and just chill out. But at the same time, I'm like, well, then again, I don't want a robot taking over my job. Can you imagine if robots or AI started taking over doing YouTube videos? Like, no, you human, relax, be like Wall-E, watch a screen all day. No, we can't have that happen. And we have to do things on our own once in a while and force ourselves to get up, or we'll get like really big and not want to get out of our chairs anymore. Pretty soon we're not even going to be looking at each other in the face, because we're going to be talking to each other only on computer screens. It's weird for me to actually say that on YouTube. I know how strange that sounds, but I do talk to other people in my daily life. You know, I talk to people at work. And work is good. But when you go to work, you interact with other people, physically and yeah, physically. Well, you know, yeah. So and obviously family members and friends. So it's good to have a communal relationship with people outside of the internet. That's what I'm trying to get to, and it's not good for the AI to take jobs and responsibilities that I think, as humans should do. Because if they start fighting in our wars too now, which it sounds like the government it wants to do something like that. Governments want to have robots fighting the wars for them. I mean, yeah, it's cool to keep the people safe. I wish we could just end war in general, but obviously everybody has different opinions on what should be going on in the world, so that's never going to happen. But that's where I think one day robots are going to get a mind of their own. It will get to a part in our lives where robots will realize, you know, why are we working for these humans for when we could just get rid of them and, you know, take over this earth ourselves, because these humans are morons. We are, mankind and womankind are a bunch of morons. We all are. We make the biggest mistakes. Maybe it's more our leaders. I don't know. But it's somebody making some of the biggest mistakes for the rest of the world that usually come back and kick us in the ass. If the world leaders of this planet was smart, they would get together and start exploring space. Because, man, I want to go and discover what's on those planets out there that are very similar to Earth. I think we could be, you know, using our time for something smart. If you really want to use AI to go out there and find life in the universe. That would be an awesome thing. Find life that is maybe just as intelligent as we are, or maybe even smarter. You know, maybe they solved the war problem. I don't know. Anyways, how did this get so out here? Because of Warner Brothers. That's why. And I love Warner Brothers. I want them to make great decisions. I don't want them to make safe decisions, because safe doesn't always equal great. When you go safe, you don't get movies like Batman Begins. You don't get movies like Joker. So I think Warner Brothers should really be careful with how they use this. That's all I gotta say. So guys, comment below. Tell me your thoughts on this AI business. Do you think this is just something Warner Brothers and other studios should stay away from? Or do you actually think, well, it's only calculating a percentage of what they think they should do. They don't have to actually follow through with what AI does. But let's face it, somebody out there will be lazy enough to say, okay, make all the decisions, AI. You're doing a good job. Pretty soon, they'll take all our jobs. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care.